Guys, something has been happening in New World Aeternum, and I'm not too sure what's going on. For the last couple months in New World Aeternum, we've actually been gaining players. So we were losing players, and right around June, for some reason, we just started gaining players. Now, this may have been because of the PlayStation Plus. If you guys didn't know, New World Aeternum came to PlayStation Plus recently, but those player numbers don't affect the Steam chart here. This is just PC players, this is just Steam. The amount of PlayStation Plus players that we've had has actually been pretty crazy. The world definitely feels full. Everywhere I go, I'm just constantly seeing players leveling up now. It's actually a great feeling. I don't want to just come off sounding like, oh, I'm just glazing the devs or whatever, because I do criticize this game. I mentioned that I would be one of the first people to tell you guys if we were in a critical situation or not. Again, these numbers are just on Steam chart. This does not include Xbox. This does not include PlayStation. But usually my rule is when player numbers were going down, I was definitely one of the first people to say, hey guys, the New World player numbers are going down. But now they're going up. So I figured, hey, I might as well make a video on this too. This is very interesting. This is like the first time in New World's lifespan where we've actually like gained players naturally. Usually the only time New World gains players is because a new season drops, so players are coming back, or an expansion drops, so again, players are coming back, or because the console released, so people were jumping on because they were playing with their buddies or whatever. So it's kind of always like forced growth is kind of the word I'm thinking of, where they do something and it causes players to come back to the game. But this growth throws me off because this is like natural growth. This is organic growth is the term I'm looking for. This is organic. This is just happening really out of the blue. Like there's no cause for this. Like maybe players are getting hyped for the expansion coming out in a couple months, but I don't see how that would have caused the growth to happen in July. I feel like that's just too far out. Like for example, we can look back in October of 2024 and you can see that we got a spike of 16,000 players on Steam. And this was because of console release. They redid a zone, they added a free-for-all, it came out on console with crossplay. So there's a bunch of hype surrounding this, which is why we got the 16,000 players. But if you look at the month before that, that's when we started gaining players. It's like the month before the update. And again, we can look back at October 2023, and I'm pretty sure this was the Elysian Wilds update. And this is another good example, is that we only started really growing players a month before the expansion came out. And as you can see with both of these examples, is it's kind of like a hype wave, like 2,000 people, 1,000 people, oh, it got announced, they start early. Yeah, I can see that. But this is 700 and 1,700, 3 to 4 months before the actual expansion is coming out, which is pretty crazy. Again, this is organic growth, this is natural growth. This is good growth for the game, not like forced growth because an expansion came out or something. This is really good actually. This is kind of what all games want to see, is just a natural growth over time, because these are the players that are going to stick around and actually play the game. Instead of, as you can see in previous months, people just coming for the hype and then dropping off immediately after that. Again, that's because this is kind of forced growth. But looking to July and this month so far, the organic growth is actually pretty crazy. Now again, this could very well be because New World Aeternum got released on PlayStation Plus, and players are coming back to maybe play with their buddies or something, but that wouldn't really look like 700 to 1,700. If this was the case, people were just coming back to play with their friends, it would pretty much just look like 700, maybe 500. It wouldn't really be the giant 1,700 spike that we're seeing this month. And I say the giant 1,700 spike, clearly there's more people playing on console, or coming in on consoles because of the PlayStation Plus Premium, but this is still a good, healthy growth. Again, just on Steam, just on PC. This is what developers love to see. And it's just going to be really interesting to watch this and to see if this growth is going to continue all the way up to the expansion, and then we can get even a more giant boost the month of the expansion like we did on the previous expansions in October, or updates. Sometimes they're just giant updates in October. They don't charge us for nothing. They've only charged us for one expansion so far. But yeah, sometimes it's just a giant update that will cause the player spike. So I'm very interested to see if this growth continues up to October. So leading into September, the growth is going to continue through September, and then in October we'll see that giant spike. Very interested to see what happens with these numbers come the following months. Yeah, guys, I don't have too much more to talk about. I do want to know, what do you guys think about this growth in players, this organic growth in players? Because again, this isn't forced growth. Yeah, so let me know about your thoughts down below in the comments. I have a bunch of tip, tricks, guides, a bunch of videos on my channel for this game. If you guys want to check those out, go ahead and check those out. I upload short content every 2 days, so I have plenty of short content on my channel if you guys want to scroll and see a bunch of tips or videos or whatever the video might be. All that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel because that helps. I have a video being recommended to you right now that YouTube will think you like. Click that video to keep supporting me. Always helps the algorithm, and I will see you guys next time. I'm outie. Peace.